everybody, anyone. How's everyone doing today on this Saturday? No viewers, no comments. My shit's being blocked. I am Chris Wood, and I am a 5-year revenge retaliation victim of these very seriously dangerous corrupt cops in Napanee, Ontario, or within OPP themselves. Ex-Chief or Commander, year 2019, he is guilty of having me shot on the corner of Bridge and Center Street. Before leaving, he drove a white Jeep Wrangler. Staff Sergeant, he is years 2019 and 2021, kidnapping and sodomy sex assault. Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Dave Weiss, Constable Ward. Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company and OPP, now Kingston AMHS. And Shelley Hafner, mental health and OPP, kidnapping May 27, 2021, 24 hours after me asking for help. Robert Kane, 7224, and Spencer Mills, 14716. Human trafficking, human sex trade, slavery trafficking, sex assaults, kidnapping, false arrest, lies, time buying, cover-ups, arrest refusals, extortion arrests, surrounding hands-on guns, medical file falsifications, to have victims discriminated against, medical blacklisting, treatment refusals, discriminations with criminal negligence and intent, justice of the peace, accusations, intimidations, threats, organized trafficking, framings, slave trafficking, tortures, stalkings, identity thefts and frauds, homicides and cover-ups. Lennox and Addington County General Hospital doctors who are criminally negligent involved in co-committing with criminal negligence and intent to commit and cover up with and for OPP and their accomplices. Dr. Tatiana Vakadinovic, name and file falsifier. She also goes by Dr. Marky V, name and file falsifier, medical blacklister, the one that assured all crimes against me. She is also the girlfriend to Stacy, Kingston AMHS. Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Waldron, Dr. McGregor. Lennox and Addington County General Hospital doctors, ex-CEO Covey Duck, and patient relations are all criminally negligent involved in co-committing and covering up crimes for themselves, for OPP, and their accomplices against me for 5 years. Revenge retaliation for me speaking of OPP, human trafficking, and human sex trade, slavery trafficking, and homeless exploitation from the Morning Star mission. I was shot by ex-OPP chief, stalked. My mother was stalked. She was killed through Bill Wooldridge, a guy known as Bill Wooldridge, who is a sex slave trafficker. He is a Russell Williams copycat. He is a heroin addict. He is very seriously delusional. He lives at 149 Center Street North. He used to stalk children at Tim Hortons daily for OPP sex slavery. He is bald, glasses, approximately 70 years old. And he is guilty of criminally stalking my mother. He is guilty of calling my mother mom. He thinks that he and I were switched at birth. And he is guilty of causing her death, murder with intent to commit, along with Blair Frederick Hardy, who is guilty of criminal stalking, torture, identity theft. He is an obsessed homosexual. He is a meth head. He's guilty of torture crimes. He is a rape hound. He's guilty of financial thefts and frauds, welfare, disability, and insurance frauds, committing homicides, and collecting on them. Bert the Hitman Hustler, alleged NHL hockey player for the Philadelphia Flyers and Hartford Whalers. He's guilty of injuring, he's guilty of torturing, he's guilty of stalking, he is guilty of my identity theft, he's guilty of brain injuring me. He's an obsessed homosexual, he is a sex slave trafficker, and he is guilty of attempted murder. Jason Gimpy Two-Step Van Alstyne, who is guilty of identity theft with the intent to commit identity disability and insurance fraud. Crackhead, inbred, low-life piece of shit. I have pictures where I look exactly like him now. No relation. Tyler Teabag Lake, he is guilty of torturing and killing my dog in 2023. He is guilty of being involved with my identity theft. He is Robert Kane, #1 rat informant. He's guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. Raymond LeBlanc, he is he's guilty of criminal stalking. He is a child groomer. He's guilty of torture crimes on me with intent to commit homicide. Dale Hartwick, he is guilty of my identity theft with the intent to commit homicide for drop charges for a stabbing he committed against his wife or ex-wife's boyfriend. He's guilty of brain injuring me. He is guilty of skull deforming me. He's guilty of attempted murder. He is now OPP rat informant. They all are. His boyfriend or girlfriend, wife, husband, Tony Anthony Axel Rose Hearns, he is guilty of sex assaults. He is guilty of attempted homicide. He is guilty of attempted paralyzing me, sex assaults, and attempted murder with intent to commit with and for his boyfriend, wife, or husband, Dale. They are all OPP human traffickers, sex slavery traffickers, sex offenders, drug traffickers, drug addicts. Jason Van Alstyne is the one selling laced fentanyl in Napanee and committing overdose murders and getting away with it, which is being covered up as just addicts or an unfortunate person that got drugs and overdosed from it. It's being done with intent. It's being done murder through this little piece of shit. 5 years ago, and through this, there is also Robert Berry. He is a sex slave trafficker, he is a truck driver, and he is a possible serial killer. And his boyfriend, Robert, who is an AIDS victim, he is an obsessed homosexual. He is Robert Berry's boyfriend, sex slave, whatever. He is guilty of torture crimes and attempted murder on me. He is also an alleged AIDS victim spreading his disease around. Beware this. They are all OPP crackheads, speedheads, fentanyl heads, meth heads, and each and every one of them are guilty of murder and attempted murder. When people disappear, it is through the police, it is through doctors in Napanee, and it is through their lowlifes who cannot be arrested or touched. As it stands, with me being the end of my bloodline and going through my identity theft with 100% proof, makes everyone named guilty of murder in the first degree and ending the Wood bloodline for OPP revenge. Reason, once again, me speaking of their human trafficking and homeless exploitation for monetary gain out of the Morning Star mission. I have been seriously injured. I have been seriously mutilated. I have been seriously tortured. I have been seriously deformed while going through full physical identity theft, while medically blacklisted, while being treated like a piece of shit and not being able to do anything about it. OPP know that when they cast their lies against their victims and they have their doctors to completely and totally fuck them. They know that they get away with their crimes. Damage is done, time is bought, you bunch of low-life pieces of shit, fucking junkie murdering garbage who are nothing more than fall-down accomplices with and for dirty, corrupt, good-for-nothing, domestic terrorists, low-life pieces of shit cops who are above the law, and their fucking criminal doctors who are aiding them, also above the law. They are all junky, low-life pieces of shit. They are all OPP accomplices. Excuse me, and they are the ones that are guilty of committing, excuse me again, of committing murders in Napanee with and for the cops. Simple as that. And each and every one of them are above the fucking law because they work with and for the cops, especially when they're committing murders and ending bloodlines for OPP revenge. I'm not taking a fall for Dale Hartwick for a stabbing. I'm not taking a fall for his boyfriend or wife, Tony Anthony Axel Rose Hearns or Tony Montana Hearns, who actually is a very seriously disturbed person. He is in love with a person he is in love with a wolfie. He actually talks about having oral sex with this wolfie and how much he loves this wolfie. Apparently the dude is into bestiality of some sort. So anybody who knows him, be very aware, be very careful, and never take your animals around this dude because you just might find them molested. And certainly don't take any animals around Tyler Teabag Lake because he likes to torture him and murder them, kill him, along with Raymond LeBlanc. It's kind of funny how I'm sitting here and I'm starting to look like fucking a cross between Blair Hardy, Tyler fucking Lake, and Jason Van Alstyne. As I said, my skull has been split, and I have RNM being used on me, and I have been for the last 5 years. No brain stimulation from it being injured. When I eat, my food goes to the right side of my body, not my stomach, so the right side of my body is being completely, totally destroyed and decayed. OPP, you are responsible for this, whether you were in Napanee or not, or transferred to avoid arrest charging and serious criminal lawsuits one way or another. I am going to get you arrested one way or another. I'm going to see you all locked up in prison along with your fuck toys and your accomplices. Hartwicks, Hearns, Hustler, Lake, Van Alstyne, Berries, Dingleberries at that. This is all totally legal, and when, like I said, when people disappear, it is through the police. The ones named Dr. Tatiana V. from her name and file falsifying, fucking medically blacklisting, getting victims discriminated to cover crimes and assure them for them, along with their low-life pieces of shit accomplices. You speak OPP crimes, expect your family, your animals, and your entire bloodline to be killed. Leave no witnesses, right, OPP? This whole fucking right side, this whole side of my face, I have no feeling in my face at all. I'm completely and totally fucking numb. Lies about drugs, lies about being suicidal. Yeah, this is the kind of narratives these bastards use against their victims to get them discriminated against, to get them medically blacklisted. Using their fucking lies in their positions to do it. And then when they're torturing and killing their victims, they are using those lies of drugs, possible overdose, or being suicidal, self-harm. Oop, you're just a person that took your life. Bullshit. Not true in any way, shape, or form. You're fucking liars, and that's how you're covering your murders up, OPP. prove me wrong, you can't, along with your low-life pieces of shit who you cannot and will not touch. You are doing the same for Russell Williams and when he was murdering because he is friends of yours, and how many of you were possibly involved. How many people around Napanee has this been done to? How many in Ontario has this been done to through OPP and criminal fucking doctors getting away with it, completely destroying people's identities and lives for fucking police revenge? My medical, my legal, and my human rights have been taken away from me. So I hope this is seen, and I hope people understand that. Don't ever speak OPP crimes, because you will be killed and they will fucking get away with it. OPP is above the law. So are doctors, and so is fucking low-life junkie ex-inmate psych ward patient pieces of shit. I am also fucking blind in my right eye as well from being injured. Going through complete total fucking deforming constantly and proving it and not being able to do anything about it because it's revenge on me and I'm medically blacklisted. The only way I can get medical help is if I go to Quebec or if I go down east or Manitoba. Compliments of my file being falsified through one Dr. Tatiana Vakadinovic and getting me medically blacklisted within the province of Ontario, and having Lennox and Addington County General Hospital doctors falsely have me charged to prevent me help to cover up their crimes in an attempt to try to discredit me, in an attempt to try to get away with what they've gotten away with for fucking low-life pieces of shit junkies and terrorist OPP cops. Blair Hardy, Bill Woldridge, Tyler Lake, Jason Van Alstyne, and the rest of you lowlives, one way or another, I don't give a fuck. You will pay for what you've done to me, and that is no threat. You will fucking answer for what you've done to me one way or another, you bastards. As I said, when people disappear, it is through the police, it is through criminal doctors, and it is through their accomplices, ex-inmates, psych ward, junkie, low-life, drug-offending pieces of fucking garbage that they use with and for them. Pontius Pilate's washing hands, right, OPP? Well, you are having people fucking murdered and tortured for your benefit. Dale Hartwick, you should have your charges dropped by now. You've done your job, you fuck. Jason Van Alstyne, Tyler Lake, Blair Hardy, and the one known as Bill Woldridge of 149 Center Street North, you are pieces of fucking garbage. Know that much. And you're lucky what you're doing to me is legal through the cops. And there's fuck all I can do about it. Damage is obviously done to me. Medically, there's nothing I can do about this. That damage is done to me. Complete physical fucking change, softening my skull, lobotomizing the right side of my fucking brain, giving me false CAT scan results through Lennox and Addington Hospital, Dr. Tatiana V, while giving the real ones to her girlfriend Stacy and one Spencer Mills from November of 2019. They are in possession of my real CAT scan results and pictures, while I was given false and fake ones. And in the meantime, not being able to get any fucking help, MRIs or anything else, I go to hospitals because of lies, senior file. I had not been to a hospital or a doctor in approximately 7 to 10 years prior to being shot. And then all of a sudden the lies against me, the medical blacklisting, the treatment refusals, the name calling of being retarded, doctors laughing in my face over being sodomized, thinking that it's a big fucking joke because I'm a man and because it was done by the one known as Bill Wooldridge and Staff Sergeant, Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police. Damage is fucking done, and to this day, I still have problems from that. A justice of the peace are having me falsely arrested to prevent anything legal on her for her involvement of crimes, obstructions, accusations, threats, intimidations, making accusations about me being high on marijuana and hallucinating being sodomized. This is the kind of fucking people that they are. They are very good at covering their fucking crimes in Napanee. So beware of this. When they want homicides, when people go missing, they will happen. And they will fucking get away with it. For your benefit, do not believe OPP lies, and if you go to Lennox and Addington Hospital, I would very, very seriously be careful. Watch yourselves. And always make sure you get records of every visit afterwards from being there, because they are seriously dangerous people. And they are good at casting their fucking lies because of their positions. Damage is fucking done to me. Be safe, everybody. And I hope this is seen.